Good morning, Year 5s. It is a sunny Thursday morning and the last day of the week because it's a bank holiday tomorrow. Way! So, let's have a look at our maths do now, and then we'll have a good look at the train timetables today. So, here's our do now for today. Here it is down here. I'm just going to shuffle that across. Here we go. This should all be nice and quick for you by now. Multiply by 10. 0 on the end. 467 divided by 1,000. Don't forget there's a decimal at the end of your whole number. 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3 becomes 0.467. 4 times 1,000. Well, that's 4,000. Lovely. That should be seconds for you guys now. Rounding. 1,632. Nearest 10. Now there's our 1. There's our 10. Let's have a look at the number before the 10. It's a 2. 2 rounds down to 0, so it stays as 30, so 1,630. Nearest 100. Here's 100, let's look at the number before. It's a 3, it's less than 5, so that goes down, so it stays at 600, so 1,600. And then our 1,000, there's our 1,000, the one before is 100, is 6, now that's 5 or more, so that rounds up. So it goes to 2,000. Lovely. Estimate this calculation. We can round that one to 100. Round that one down to 40. Get rid of the zeros. Well, 1 times 4 is 4. Put the zeros back on. Onto, there we go. Oh, 3, sorry. Thought that wasn't right. Lovely. And this one here. We could do, let's round that one down to 300. Times 7. Let's get rid of the zeros. 3 times 7, 7,421. Zeros back on, 2,100. Lovely. You could round that to less, but your calculation for an estimate, it's got to be this quick. Okay? It's got to be that quick. You could say, oh, I can round it to 340 and times that by 7, but you'll still end up probably having to do 34. You'll end up calculating the answer, basically. Last bit. Our conversions. 52 centimetres is how many metres? Don't forget there are 100 centimetres in a metre. If you can't remember whether that's times or divide, well, don't forget if you times it, 1, 2, that would mean there'd be 5,200 centimetres in a metre. Sorry, it would be 5,200 metres, sorry. If you divide it, boof, boof, it will be 0.52 metres. Remember, there are 100 centimetres in a metre, so 100 centimetres is 1 metre. So if you've not got a full metre, it's going to be 0.52. 230 metres, I accidentally wrote centimetres when I was doing this. 230 metres is going to be 0.23 kilometres. Lovely. 0.9, 90%. 3/5, now this is a little test. Can you remember the decimals for your fifths? So 1/5 is 0.2, and you can go from there. So 246, it's 0.6. 3/4, give me some equivalents. You've got 75%, 75 hundredths, 0.75. Lovely jubbly. Right, on to the tasty part of today. I'm going to move that over there, bring this forward. So, yesterday, hopefully, you had a little look at the bus timetable, and hopefully you started to understand how to actually read them. Because like I explained yesterday, it's that was kind of like a new bit of learning. We haven't looked at timetables in class. So, your task is just underneath. You'll notice at the top it says click on the train PDF. So if you go back onto the website, which is where all your home learning was for this week, if you click on this one, needed for Thursday's maths, train timetable, you click on it and obviously it will come up, and you should see, it should look like that at first. Like I said yesterday, you've got a genuine timetable. I'm not going to make you one, I'm not going to find one that's child friendly because it's not what it's going to look like. So, essentially this is a train timetable, East Midlands trains, 2018, so it doesn't necessarily apply now. But it's Monday to Sunday, services from Sheffield all the way through to London. Okay, so if you scroll, you'll notice you've got bits of information. So, you know, when you get things like this, oh, you've got your route. Here are your different routes to get to London that are included in here, so you could have a little look at that. Pow! There you go. You now, I'm just going to make sure we can see. There you go. There. So, now you've got something that looks like a timetable in front of you. You'll notice you've got lots of different columns, which, don't forget, just like on the bus, are different trains. So each column going down is another train doing that route. Along the top, there is actually a key down the bottom of this page somewhere. There you go. So there is a key if you do want to have a look at what they mean. We don't need to understand all of the keys for these questions, but if you were curious, you know, I was curious what the cockerel was at the top. It means there's a complimentary breakfast. And you'll notice as you go down, as you go later on through the day, the complimentary the breakfast goes, basically. So, all we need to know is that it's exactly the same as yesterday. It was a bus stop yesterday. This is now a train station. So this is the station you're at. This is the place you're at. Which train do you get? All right. So, obviously, you'll notice in the morning there's not very many trains running. The very first one in the day, to be fair, on a Monday. Oh, you could get a quarter to five one at Leicester. 5 o'clock one at Derby. And then, obviously, as you go along, you go across and you go onto the next page. Okay, so keep an eye out on the times and how they change on each page. Let's have a look at some of the questions. Right, so look at the train timetable, southbound, which means it's going south, to London. So first of all, here we go, southbound. Okay, that's one thing that a lot of people do wrong when looking for trains. When they look at the board, when they walk in the train station or the checking train times, they forget to check whether it's southbound or northbound or eastbound or westbound. Okay, if you don't know the place you're at very well, you need to check. Obviously, if you're in Sheffield going to London, I'd like to think we all know we're going south. But yes, we're going southbound. So let's have a look at our first question. Where's the first train you can catch to London in the morning from Sheffield? Okay, so we know they're going to London. All of them finish at London St Pancras. Okay, so that's your final destination. That's your London station. We're getting it from Sheffield. Now, for some reason, there are two Sheffield ones on here. What's A and B? I'm just out of curiosity. A and B, arrival time, change. Oh, okay, so one is directly and one is a change. So it doesn't matter. It's the same station. So which is the first one from Sheffield? So it's Monday. Sheffield. Nothing. 5:31. 5:31 is the very first train you can get for London. So there's your first answer. 5:31. And just to check, does it go to London? Because sometimes you look at that and think, oh yeah, that goes to London. Scroll down, you're now getting on this train. So it's going to stop off at Chesterfield, Derby, Eastman's Parkway, Loughborough, Leicester, Market Harbour, Kettering, Wellingborough, Luton, and then London. And it stops at London. So it does stop at London. If you look at this one here, this one doesn't actually go to London. Okay? Well, you don't get on it until Wellingborough anyway. But that one doesn't. So just check. Always go down to the bottom and check that it actually gets to London. Okay? So that was your first one. The first train is 5:31. What time does the train get you to London? Ah, there you go. There's question number 2 already. We just talked about that one. So you're on this train, 5:31. Scroll down. 8:09. So remember, each column is one train. Okay, so each column is a train. How long has the journey taken you? Well, this would be what we talked about the other day, working out time problems, either in your head or you can do them on a little timeline. So, what was it? Well, we get there at 8:09. What time was the train again? 5:31. Can you see what I'm doing? There you go. 5:31. So, how long does it take? Let's do our hours first. Ooh, hang on. Now, problem with doing our hours first, we're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8, which we can do, or we can go to 7, and then we need to count from 31 to the end of the hour, and then to another 9. I'm going to show you how to do this. There's a couple of ways you can do this. This is tricky because there's a couple of ways people understand this, okay? So, you can do 5, 6, 7, I've not done that big enough, 8, so that becomes 8:31. So you can do it like that. But that's going to get very tricky because you're going to have to take hours off. So I'm not going to suggest doing that, because you'll go past it. So you've added on 3 hours, but you've gone past the minute that you wanted to. 8:09. Okay. What you'll do with this one, I know I've been saying start with your hours, but if you recognise that I'm on 31 and I need to get to 09, I'm going to go past an o'clock, I'll do your minutes first. Okay. So, first of all, to get to 6 o'clock, that's 29 minutes. Alright, because there are, well, if it was 5:30, it's half an hour to get to 6 o'clock. So that'd be 30 minutes. So 31 is going to be 29. So, 29 minutes to get to 6 o'clock. Now we can go to 8. And that's added 2 hours. Okay, so currently I've got 2 hours 29. And now I just need to add my 9 minutes. So 2 hours, 29 and 9. There you go, so 29, 39, 38. So 2 hours, 38 minutes. If that was a bit fast for you, watch the video again. Grab somebody in the house to help you out a little bit. But there you go. There's your little. There's your timeline. Your way to potentially solve them. But I know some people are probably doing that in their heads. Ooh, camera nearly went everywhere. Let's get this back into the shot. There we go. The next one. I like this one. Right. Oh no, not this one. It's the one afterwards. Look at the times for the 9:31 from Derby. What time does it reach Loughborough? So remember. And this is again life skill. Just because the train finishes at London doesn't mean you are going to London. Right? Otherwise, there'd be millions of trains all going on in the same direction, but not going all the distance. It's like a bus, you know, from town to Totley. You might not be going all the way to Totley. You might be getting off somewhere else, but you'll use that bus because it finishes there and it goes past where you're going. So you could say, oh no, this is the train to London, not Loughborough, but it is the train to Loughborough, as it stops off. Loughborough is on its way. Hang on, I've forgotten the question now. The 9:31 from Derby. Right, the first thing you need to do, find Derby. Right, no. That's only 7 o'clock. Next page. Derby again, 7, 8, here we go. 9:31, there you go. So there's the 9:31 from Derby. And what was the question? Was it, what time it gets to Loughborough? What time does it reach Loughborough? So that's the train you want, the 9:31 from Derby. So get on that train. East Midlands Parkway. No. Loughborough. Lovely. 9:52 is your answer there. So you can get to Loughborough at 9:52 if you got the train from Derby at 9:31. Lovely. Number 5 is the one I like. Number 5 is going to test whether you are using the timetable correctly. If you live in Chesterfield and need to get to Kettering for 13:15, which train time would you get? So you need to get to Kettering for 13:15. If you've got a destination time, look at that place first. So we're looking for Kettering at 13:15. Oh, no. 13:15. So there isn't something that will get you to Kettering at 13:15. But 13:51 is way too late. So 13:01 is the closest you can get there. Remember, you'd always want to be earlier than later in a time problem. So, if we scroll up, we're coming from Chesterfield. Oh, there is no train from Chesterfield. So we can't possibly get on that train. So it's not as simple as just finding a time, I'm getting on that train. Let's look at the time before. Kettering, 12:51. Oh, also nothing in Chesterfield. If we look at all the Ketterins, you cannot get from Chesterfield to Kettering. It's on a different route. So the answer is none of them. Okay? That was just to see whether you can realise that the train doesn't go all the way. You don't just get on one train and you end up going to everywhere. Okay? You've got to read the timetable and the information in front of you. Well, I don't know if you did spot that. If you have followed the video and made sense of that, then I'm going to stop there and I'm going to let you finish off these questions, okay? Because we've got one more there and then just a couple. Now look at the train timetable northbound to Scarborough. So if you scroll down, it still says southbound, 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 southbound. So your next set of questions, when we get there, northbound. And it doesn't say northbound to Scarborough, but if you look at it, it starts at London and the final destination there is Scarborough, okay? So your last ones, you have to scroll a little bit and you have to find where they start at London and finish at Scarborough, okay? And that's where you do your final questions. Good luck with that, and I hope you've sat and really tried to concentrate on that, because this is essentially, yes, it's maths in year 5, we're looking at timetables, huge life skill though. Alright, you're always going to need it. It's alright sitting there going, oh no, I'm going to use a car. You will get on a train. There will be times where you get on a train. Okay, whether it's because it's quicker, whether it's because you're out somewhere else, you know, shopping for the day, get on a train. So you will use a train, guys. So huge life skill, and I hope you've managed to start to understand how to read bus and train timetables. Well done this week.